brothers, welcome back to Manballs and welcome back to another JoJo Bizarre Adventure watch reaction. I don't know why I called it a watch. Hey, happy belated JoJo Day, all right? I'm not able to know what's going on, but everybody's excited about it, and that makes me excited about it. I know the new part got, like, announced, and then that's all I'm allowed to know, all right? But just know, I'm excited to get there when you get there, and then when we get there, we can do this together. It's gonna be a good time, okay? Let's get into it. Hey, how's it going? Check out this this thing up here. Consider liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like the content whatsoever, I like making content. I like being a content creator. It's a lot of fun things to do, all right? I love reacting to some shit. I also have a gaming channel. I also stream on Twitch. If you like company, if you like me at all, to any capacity, consider it. It's, if you want more of me, I like hanging out and playing stuff and watching stuff, right? Okay, anyway, this is, what is this? Narancha's Aerosmith. Dude, you are littered with bullets. What do you mean useless? He is a 10th of a size and you're almost dead. What are you on about? It's the revenge of the animals. Oh, they've come back to kill us. Please, not my sweet boy Narancha. Go get Dio. Like, no, he probably doesn't really have a body anymore. It's probably like in the grave or instantaneously combust. I don't really know what happened to Dio's body. I feel like we should have known what happened to Dio's body now, because I feel like we're gonna need some answers. You know, last time we buried Dio, it was we didn't bury Dio. We need to confirm that kill. This is way too far late to be thinking about this, but now I'm thinking about it, I think I made a mistake by not checking Dio's body. But now the animals are attacking us. Dude, there's no way you're walking around with a bunch of holes. Dude, they are holes. Like, it's not just like a scrape or anything. That's a hole into your face, and you have 2 of them in your fucking skull. 3 of them. There's no, there's no way he's not bleeding out. There's no way. That's like death by 100 cuts. Well, it's 1,000 cuts, but you know, there's not 1,000 there. At least I don't think there's 1,000, but if there is 1,000, he's gotta be dead. He's gotta be dead. That is the most random place to put an intro. Why couldn't it be like when the cat came out, or when the foot came down, or when he's like, now tell me. But it's like, I hate you. And that's where he came from. Thank you for watching. What the fuck is this? I think I would love to work at a bakery. I love baking more than I love cooking. I hate cooking because I believe I have OCD. I don't know. I've never been fucking, no one's ever diagnosed me of anything, but like the like randomness of cooking, it's like, you flip it over, you sprinkle a little bit of shit on there, you're like, hey, let's try that shit, let's throw in a fucking random ass green thing, you know, and see how that goes. But in baking, it's like, nope, perfectly 1 cup, perfectly 1/4 of a cup. You know, here's a teaspoon of this shit, here's a droplet of vanilla or whatever the fuck you do, and then it comes out and it smells outstanding. I love baking stuff. I love, everything needs to be perfect and concise and clear, and it makes me happy. Sorry for the random rant, but yeah, I gotta respect my concise instructions from time to time. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I feel him in a way, you know? Like, he's got a home to go back to, but I mean, like, if my mother died, my father didn't really give a shit, and like, you know, we didn't have a good relationship, I'm like, I don't want to be there. Why would I be there? I'm going to go somewhere else. I'll go there to sleep until I can't sleep there anymore, I guess, or just sleep somewhere else, but he sleeps at his friend's house. I mean, I feel like I would do that too. I technically did that anyway. Huh. I kind of forgot that after I hit like 15 or 16, I wasn't home that often. You know, we're not going to dig into that right now, at least. But I was often at a friend's house or at a different house. And then I moved out at 17. And then I never really came back. Huh. Well, that's a future problem we're going to deal with.
はあ、おめえも俺みてえに金髪にしろよ。そしたら超イケるぜ。
What? Oh, I guess I gotta get rid of the brown, you know? gotta appeal to the fans. I hope you guys like the blonde hair. I guess we're gonna go back to that shit. You remember that? Remember those times? Remember the old Matables? I contemplate it constantly. You know me. I'm an overthinker, and I constantly rethink all my old decisions and stuff. I'm like, you know what? I do kind of miss the blonde hair a little bit. Oh, he got blonde hair, so she assumed he was the other guy, so now he's being... Oh, shit. He's being profiled, baby. You know us blondes. We like to have fun. That's crazy. He was going to fucking town. Dude, what is with this season? Holy shit. You know, women are getting beat the alright. I do remember this quote because a lot of people commented on it in the intros when I read it, and it's one of the few comments I remember, but it's like, basically Jojo'S is a bunch of buff men beating up women, and I just thought about that now. And I'm like, oh my god, it's kind of fucking graphic, man.
Oh,
hell yeah, what the fuck? Oh my god, that looks delightful. Holy shit, shrimp scampi? I don't know if that's shrimp scampi necessarily, but I mean, that's what it reminds me of. Oh my Jesus. It's a great pasta.
ブチャラティには秘密で組織の幹部のポルポに会いに行き、試験に
Oh. He went to go talk to Pulpo. I love the cuts to the poses. Oh my god. My sweet boy. What are you even wearing on your head? Yeah, what's going on there? That's fucking crazy. That is crazy. I would just throw up. Aerosmith attack myself. Holy shit. That is crazy. No. Oh my god. I couldn't. This is only gonna get worse from here. No, this is, give me a second. I hate this so much. Well, at least there's no more mannequins. You remember the puppet episode from part 2 or 3? I think it was part 3. Yeah, that was bad too. That was bad. This doesn't feel good, Mr. Stark. Oh my Well, he needs to die immediately. I don't know how he's gonna get out of this, to be honest. We already shot him up. Unless someone came to check on him, I think we might be a little fucked here. I just cease to believe Naranja dies from a spider. I would hate this part. I can't get a favorite character and then lose him immediately. I couldn't. I'll just wait for part 7 to come out. That's fucking crazy. What an episode. Do we already look at these? Speed B, durability A, precision D, potential C? Huh. I'm always interested when it's from D to C in potential. I'm like, what you got up your sleeves there? You know? What you got going on? But I mean, range E, I think it deserves a little bit more respect than E. You know, that thing has been moving around a little bit. I would say E is for range is more like Jojo'S, where you really can't go more than 6 feet from. Well, I guess that's what that one would be too. I guess it hasn't really gone that far, but when you shrink, I feel like you have a little bit more leeway, maybe. That is crazy. I'm telling you, these NPCs that we're reversing are no joke, dude. I'm telling you. I hope to God that once we get to I guess we didn't really get to fight Pulpo. We kind of just really tricked him and took him out really easily, which is kind of shocking, to be honest. But if we get to like the bigger fights and like these guys know what the fuck they're doing like these guys do, but they're stronger, we're gonna be up against some fucking big shots, man.
この借りはすぐに返してやる。お前はもう俺を探せねえ。俺の勝ちだ。
If I was this guy here, you know, if I was able to shrinky dink some stuff, I would always keep an arsenal of shit on me, right? Wasn't the guy that folded paper back in part 4, didn't he always have some kind of like paper or like traps on him at all times? This is like a different version of that where like I feel like you're being extremely irresponsible if you're not carrying like a car, a scooter, a little motorcycle. Like I would always have a bunch of little ones, and then when I shrink, I'd be like, boop, beep, you know, and drive, you know, go around, you drive somewhere. And then when you get out of range, then you make it big and then you drive more. He is roughed up, Jesus. Are we not done with this? Kill him. Just shoot him. Run back a little bit. It's my favorite thing. It's the theme song. I just love when they trickle this shit in. All right. I always thought it was a specific JoJo theme, but now they're just laying in themes, the themes in there, and I'm all for it. Whenever the piano comes in, someone's getting their ass kicked. It's great. It's not your fault, okay? I don't know why the fuck they didn't send one more person with you out of like, what, 8? It seems...
全てにおいて的確な行動をしたと思います。それに敵のヒットマンチームに感づかれた今、賢明なボスなら。
Well, are they aware though? Like, didn't he stop that? Aren't they fine technically? Didn't he kill him?
されるはずだ。
Okay.
フーゴ、アバキオ、ジョルノ、3人でポンペイに行き、キーを手に入れてくれ。俺とミスターとナランチャはここでヒットマン。
Okay. So it wasn't that fucking difficult, huh? You're sending 3 now to get a key instead of to go grocery shopping. Hi, I'm back. I was gonna apologize for being gone for so long, but I forgot I could just edit that stuff out. My partner brought home salami, and I forgot how much I fucking love salami. Shit's fantastic. Anyway.
の遺跡に行け。そこの犬の床屋のところにキーが隠してある。3人でポンペイに行き、キーを手に入れてくれ。
That's a good squad. I like the squad a lot. I feel like no one's gonna get fucking by you. You know, we don't know what the guy in the... Well, I was gonna point because right now he's here for me, but for you guys, he's here. I don't know what his stand is, but the other two, I mean, we got a good detective one. We have a good like defense one. He still needs to learn my ant strat, but besides that, I think we're pretty solid. This is a good team. Oh, and we're already at the intro. Okay, never mind. 1 second.
What
is an armless centaur doing there? Do I need to get a statue of an armless centaur? I might want one.
俺も誰一人見えない。ふざけんじゃないぞ。向かってくるぞ。
What the fuck? Was he in the mirror? Mirror world?
そこだ。そこにいる。出てきたぞ。
I would back the fuck away from the mirror.
鏡の中に映っていた男もいない。何をしたんだ。だいたいこんな場所に鏡なんてかかってること自体が奇妙だったんだ。一体なんだこの能力は。
If I had an assassin team, I don't know if this guy's part of the assassin team or if he's just part of like the other group, but like if I was a part of the assassin team and I had someone that was able to separate people from their friends or their group or something, this is like a very, very useful stand. This is very good for them to be able to separate fights and stuff like that. It's just a matter of like, can you put like your team in this other world as well or whatever the fuck is going on here? Yeah, I think you're in the mirror world, dude. I think you Mario 64 back in that bitch. I think you went into the painting. You know? It's a very unique state. I wonder what happens if they break the mirror. There's a lot of really interesting things you could do with this, but like at the end of the day, he basically makes it a 1v1. So he has to make sure his stand is as strong as it possibly could be. So he's basically in like a Jujutsu Kaisen like I forgot what they're called. You know, the worlds where they bring you into like their dimensions. You know, that kind of shit.
問題はだ。ボスの娘をどこに隠したのか。まあ、それは最も重要なことだな。
Technically, couldn't he just drag the people into this mirror world and then like just leave them in there for like days before they're weak and then come back and then kill them easier? I would do that. You know, I would just drag him in and then just leave. You know, then go back to the outside world and then just play it chill. And then when he gets weak, you go and kill him and then you drag another person in.
Oi, Giorno. You
That's what you... All right. This has to be a new thing. There's no way they've done this much random ass cuts in any other part. You know, this show does get a little bit more chaotic as it goes. Like the last part was definitely random with Josuke, but like, we cut to you putting your head behind the mirror and just like laying there like a fucking pillow. What are you doing? Obviously, this is not working.
パープルヘイズは鏡の外に現れている。それなら何か戦う方法があるはずだ。
Damn. Wow, your stats actually kind of fucking suck, Elucia. Huh. Man in the mirror. That's funny. Beautiful, by the way. Look at all this shit. You have no power, no... I mean, I guess, like, you don't need a lot of stats if you're the only one with a stand, you know? It just kind of makes it unfair. Like, even, like, these all could have been E, and I'm sure it could still beat the shit out of a person. You know what I mean? So, like, this is really all you need. The stand itself is very... Like, the ability is a good, effective ability, and then you don't need a lot of strength to back it up afterwards. But if you get caught on the outside with that shit, not gonna happen.
水臭いな。わからないところがあったらいつでも私に聞きにおいでと言っただろう。
いえ、そう何度もお世話になるわけには。
君のような若者を教え導くのが。
Okay. So maybe he just has a bad temper. All right, I get that. That's me. I'm able to channel it a little bit easier. It's a rough thing to do, but I mean, that's got to be crazy to be like smart and then also angry all the time. You know, at least I don't have the high IQ part. I think. I mean, I don't know, but like I'm assuming not. I did horribly in school, but like having the rage and shit, that's crazy. What a fucking like. Here's a blessing and then here's a curse. Good luck. You know, you just gotta pick your skills.
私の務めだからね。どうだい？また私の家で食事しながら。
Oh. This is relatables. Holy shit. I was hoping it was just going to be a good teacher. We're not going into that. That's fucking crazy. Oh my god, isn't that fucking crazy? Do I not have like a fucking unique experience in my life? Well, all right, I didn't kill somebody. Okay. I didn't kill somebody. That's nuts. I have been through a few things that aren't as in depth as that, but I've had a lot of experiences that could have been a part of that kind of situation, you know? Luckily, I was smart enough at the time to just fucking backpedal away, but like, dude, there are people out there that will try to take advantage of you. Oh my god. We're not ranting about this. I've ranted about this in a different show. I always feel bad going on like really long tangents, but like this one's a little bit more like intimate and personal. It's a little graphic too, so we don't like to do that. But like these people exist. These pieces of shit. Oh my god. I didn't think I was gonna relate to this guy whatsoever. Holy moly. The rage, the fucking abuse, that's crazy.
面白いじゃないか。
それはちょうどブジャラティが自分のチームを作る。
Dude, I love this part. You know, every time we get a little bit more of a backstory, I'm like, each of these backstories are very good. You know, each one is like, sometimes it may not be like the most like unique story, but it's still like a good story for like another side character. Even though I don't even know if I classify him as a side character or not. All these characters are like very important in their own ways. And then Bruno, this fucking freak that I thought I was at first, you know, once we met him first, I hated the absolute I hated everything about this guy. Okay. I couldn't stand him. The licking, the weird body parts, the weird like the whole thing. I couldn't stand about him. But now, like, he's given everybody like a chance at life, and it's something more important and like a purpose. He's a great character. You know what I mean? Jesus, just why do we have to start with you licking the side of a fucking underage dude? You know what I mean?
俺と共に来い、フーゴ。俺がお前を生かしてやる。その獰猛な怒りの衝動も含めてな。
Damn. That's so nice. That's it. Love it. Absolutely love it, man. I would have loved to have somebody like this, you know what I mean? And it's cute that like we also saw Narancha's history before this one, and then we saw that Fuego, shit. He gave Narancha that shot. You know, he saw him like in a beat up spot, and he's like, that I was in that position. You know, I was in a rough spot too. So he brought him back here, and then he's like, hey, you know, give this dude a meal. You know, it's cute as fuck. I'm rooting for all the gangs. Rooting for all the gangs.
その言葉はフーゴの心を動かした。かくしてフーゴはポルポの試験を受け、パープルヘイズを得たのである。
You gained purple haze. You gained purple? Okay. Oh, okay. After that, Fugo underwent Pulpo's test and gained purple haze. You say that, but like we have to kind of like read between the lines a little bit on this one, because like that means you took that fire test and you failed that fire test, and then you had that creepy fucking thing like have that arrow, you know, it like aliened you, and you survived it, and you got the purple haze, and the purple haze looks like a fucking serial killer. This shit is nuts.
これがフーゴのスタンド。フーゴ本人がいないのになぜかスタンドだけが出現している。
So I wonder if he's just gonna. It would be crazy if Fugo beat the shit out of this dude, even with the stand, without his stand there, because of his rage. He gets so angry, he just beats the living. I'm gonna have to remake a tier list after this. Is this the last? Is this the last history thing we have?
もう知らねえんで親切で言ってやってる。殴りやがった。走れ、取るぞ。なるほど。
All right. The main thing we could take away from this is that we heard when he punched, we heard a water noise, a bloop bloop. You know, a little bloop bloop. So it's either his ability has to do one of their abilities has to do with water, right? I'm assuming purple haze. I don't know if it was just a sound effect or whatever it may be, but when you punch something, it bloop blooped. And what does that bloop bloop mean? Does that mean when he punches stuff, it turns into water? I feel like that's too close to Giovanna's ability. You know? Purple haze also is more like, you know, hazes. I guess hazes can be like, you know, humidity in a way. But maybe this guy, his mirror ability has something to do with it, but like, I don't think so. We'll have to keep it in mind.
どうも。それは爆発するかのように遅い。そして消える時は嵐のように立ち去る。
It's also kind of interesting that the stand also represents the curse of like him in a way, you know, like the uncontrollable anger and like the like intensity that he feels. I think like that's what this kind of resembles with like the design of it, the mouth sewing, the drooling. It's just like that's his like inherent primal like anger. It's beautifully like designed. I love this a lot.
知的さはほとんどないみたいですね。
Interesting.
凶暴な面だけを発現させているのだからな。そして
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Look at us. Look at us. Who thought we'd be here?
ってそれはフーゴにはあのパープルヘイズが見えてねえって証拠だ。手のわからねえところを攻撃しやがったぜ。
いや、わけのわからないところだろ。
No, it was the same mirror, and it could be exactly where he's standing. So since those crows exist in the mirrored world, you know, when they died in the real world, they died in real life. You know what? So I wonder if he activates said poison in the real world and it goes into the air, if it'll also appear in that mirrored world as well. What? Are you kidding me? God damn it. Oh my God. Like, I need the part 1s and part 2s. I'm getting fucked this season with the ending the episodes and the reactions like on like a random note. I thought we had enough time to wrap this up. We do not. And now I'm angry. I'll see you next time.